What is up, guys? We are live again. It's Thursday. It's time for Crossing China's Red Line. I hope everybody's doing well today. Let me just check the chat. Okay, we've got a few people in here already. Wow. That is cool. That is cool. I can see all of you guys chatting amongst yourselves, having a good old natter, like two old ladies in the hairdressers getting their purple rinse. Let me know if this stream sounds okay, if you can hear me all right. And yeah, I'm just going to crack on with it because I think we've got an interesting episode for you as usual. We pretty much always have interesting episodes here on Crossing China's Red Line. We're going to be talking about some little pinks from China. We're going to be talking about some news coming out of Taiwan. And of course, we're going to be looking at some ridiculous clips coming out of China. We might even talk about a shill or two. So stick with me. I'm just going to load up today's media folder somewhere here. Okay, yep, here it is. Just get it on the screen for you guys. There we go. All right, so let's get to it. So the first thing is this news. This is probably a week old now, but I wanted to talk about it because last week it had just been announced, and it actually was pretty much announced like the same day that I made last week's stream. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it today anyway because it is interesting. So here we have Taiwan's president. As you all know, his name is Lai Ching-de. His English name is William Lai. And recently, he has announced a £30 billion defense spending plan for Taiwan. And it has seriously pissed off China. But what were you expected, right? I mean, Taiwan announces a massive defense budget, and you think China's going to be applauding this and over the moon? Xi Jinping cracks out the champagne and is like, "Hey, Taiwan! They've got they're spending loads of money on defending themselves. Wait a minute, from us? What the hell? Put the champagne away, guys. Let's start with the rhetoric." You know what I mean? So China's obviously not too happy with this, and understandably, from their perspective, because they claim Taiwan as a territory, you can understand why they would be pissed off with this. But the simple fact is Taiwan is not a part of China's territory, and the very fact that they can announce a defense budget that is completely separate from China because they have their own military, that just is one of the many million reasons to prove why Taiwan is not a part of China. Anyway, let's get into this. So, Taiwan's ruling party is the Democratic Progressive Party, and they have proposed this defense budget of 1.25 trillion NTD, which, when you convert that into British pounds, is 30 million pounds. But then, if you convert that, no, 30 billion, sorry, and if you convert that into US dollars, it is $40 billion. So this will cover the period from 2026 to 2033. So this is on top of the regular defense budget that Taiwan has. The government actually already spends about 3.2% of their GDP on defense, but this announcement that they've made will increase it up to 5% of their GDP, which is kind of in line with most countries. Okay, but this, for them, this is actually a major increase. But why is that? Well, obviously, do I have to say it? Do I have to spell it out? I mean, this is stating the obvious, but China has actually made threats to invade Taiwan by 2027. If you look on YouTube, you'll see a plethora of videos, about a million videos from ranging from conspiracy nuts to just your average China commentator to other people who talk about China as well. Scholars, all of these people are saying that China wants to be ready to invade by 2027. Xi Jinping himself has even hinted at this. And now it seems that Taiwan is taking this very seriously, which is a good thing, obviously. So, what does Taiwan aim to fund? Okay, actually, first let's listen to Lai Ching. I got this from Formosa News. You know, they've used a few of my videos before, so I'm going to be using one of their videos. It's only fair, right? So let's see what Lai Ching had to say.
The Beijing authorities have set a target of forceful unification by 2027 and are rapidly building up their military forces so as to invade Taiwan. They've continued to ratchet up military exercises and gray zone activities in the vicinity of Taiwan. Their intention through military means is to force cross-strait unification and for us to surrender and to annex Taiwan. The Ministry of National Defense has already laid out a plan to bolster defensive resilience and asymmetric warfare capabilities and made a special budget plan for arms procurement. It plans to invest 1.25 trillion NT between 2026 and 2033 in national defense, including the construction of the T-Dome.
We'll be looking at the T-Dome in a bit, by the way.
In each and every scenario of China's annexation of Taiwan, the most threatening thing isn't an increase in arms, but for us to give up. History proves that
I absolutely agree with that. Giving up is the worst choice.
compromising with an aggressor only results in endless wars and enslavement.
He makes a lot of sense, this guy, doesn't he?
Even if we were to reconcile, it must be backed up with strength. Reconciling without strength would not protect our national interest. Moreover, reconciling without strength would easily result in us to have no other choice but to surrender. So I hope that opposition parties, no matter their position, would fully support national security. The pressure mainly comes from China, which threatens to annex us. It's like installing security cameras in one's home. It wouldn't be because of a neighbor's pressure, but because that would make one's home more secure.
Man, this guy just makes a lot of sense, doesn't he?
That's the reason for spending money to install security cameras.
中方反
Yeah. Okay, so this is China's response.
对美台官方甚至是军事联系的立场是一贯的。台湾民进党当局以武拒统、以武谋独，也是不可能成功的。
Taiwan
It will never succeed. That's all they had to say. That they will not succeed. Well, I'm afraid they will. And you will not succeed with your pathetic invasion plans for 2027, especially if Taiwan spends this amount of money on what could be one of the greatest things possible for Taiwan to have. So let's look at the aims. What do they want to fund? What do they want to achieve? So there's several core goals for the new spending from Taiwan's government. They want to build a multi-layered air and missile defense system, which is called the T-Dome, or Taiwan's Shield, which combines radar, early warning interceptors, including anti-ballistic missiles, ground and possibly sea-based launchers to defend against air and missile threats. Here's a little video that I found just to explain this Taiwan dome.
uses two main missile defense systems, the US-made Patriot system and the domestically made Tiankong or Skybow system.
Okay, it's just showing you the missiles that they use and the launchers.
Range is important when looking at how militaries defend their cities. Israel's Iron Dome system can only intercept short-range targets like rockets. Taiwan's Patriot 2 and Skybow systems have much longer ranges and can take out faster, more advanced missiles.
Yeah. So, as you see, Taiwan has much better long-range missiles. So they can take out China's missiles and an air attack from China very easily. very easily, which is amazing. And it's based upon the Iron Dome, which Israel has. And, I've seen lots of videos on that. And, say what you want about Israel. Um, they have a very effective missile defense system with the Iron Dome. And if Taiwan has something similar to that, then that would seriously worry China because they wouldn't just be able to strike Taiwan with a barrage of missiles. Taiwan could easily defend against that. So they want to develop an asymmetric defense capabilities, acquiring precision strike missiles, drones, modern coastal strike, and anti access assets rather than just relying on traditional large platforms. They also want to try and leverage technology like AI, integrating high tech AI enabled command control and decision support systems to boost military effectiveness and responsiveness. They want to also strengthen their own domestic defense industry and supply chain resilience. They don't want to just rely on other countries. They want to be able to produce their own military equipment. Like I said, so they're more of a self-reliance. They have more of a self-reliance because during the long term, that is something that they should definitely be striving for. So, anyway, as we can see, China is being provocative against Taiwan. Taiwan is stepping up, and they've decided to put this. They've decided to increase the budget, but unfortunately, it's going to come with some challenges, which is really annoying. So the plan obviously requires approval from the parliament legislature, right? And who is in control of the legislative yuan in Taiwan at the moment? It's the main opposition party, the more pro China side, the KMT, the Kuomintang, who have a majority. So they could just say no to this. There's absolutely no guarantee that this $40 billion package and the 5% GDP target will actually be accepted at all. Because a lot of the KMT will be obviously more pro China. They'll be saying that they'll be making up shit like defense spending will strain public finances. They'll find a way to prevent this from happening because that's what they've been doing at every opportunity they get. So we'll wait and see what happens. They'll obviously be taking it into the legislature to see if it can get passed through. Hopefully, it will, and hopefully, Taiwan will increase its um, defense spending because it's really necessary right now. If you look at some recent news, you'll see that China once again are conducting drills around Taiwan. They're flying into Taiwan's airspace. They're testing the waters, and this would be a great response. So Taiwan, jiao. Hopefully they'll get it sorted out. Anyway, let's move on because I just wanted to cover that very, very quickly. What have we got next? Let's have a look.
Have much longer ranges and can take out faster, more advanced missiles.
For some reason, I feel like that video should have lasted longer. Anyway, who cares? We get the point. They're gonna have an Iron Dome, the Taiwan Dome, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right. Oh crap! This one. This one. Okay, so the main topic of today's video, we're talking about the little pinks. Now, for you guys who don't know, which there probably aren't any of you, you probably all know what a little pink is if you watch my videos, because I have had many encounters with China's little pinks. China's little pinks are nationalists. They come to other countries and they think that they can push their rhetoric, push their opinion on people. They want to push China's opinion, the CCP's opinion, the CCP's narrative. For example, Taiwan belongs to China. Tibet is a part of China, and all of this other stuff. And Japan. They call me Taiwan Zogo, which is Taiwan's running dog, saying that I'm a propagandist for Taiwan. But these little pinks are annoying. And they usually have a fragile glass heart as well, because as soon as you tell them that Taiwan is not a part of China, you should see their little faces. It's hilarious. I've had so many encounters with them. And anyway, so this is a glass hearted little pink showing up in Japan. This is in a temple called Shobiji Temple. And what happened is we've got a Chinese auntie. There was a little arrangement on the floor with some ornaments or something, like some decorations, and they've made the map of Taiwan, and it says "I love you." It's just Japan showing their support for Taiwan. And what does this little pink do? She comes and she starts scattering all of these things. She has a little mental breakdown. She starts removing the characters. Let's have a look. Look.
真的好慢呢。
Hilarious.
哎，后面有人到底在照相。这倒数第二个，还有2个。あと2個。
あと2個も。
あと2個ね。
4個。1、2、3、4。
Looks like he's not happy with this. Here's the thing that pisses me off about these little pinks is why, when you go to another country, why don't you follow the rules there? Like the mass majority of the world doesn't agree with China's one China principle, right? Okay, so a lot of countries do shun Taiwan and don't recognize Taiwan as a country, but they never say that Taiwan is a part of China. That is nowhere to be found in any document at all. Okay, prove me wrong. Show me a document, please. But they just come to countries like Japan, who has quite a close relationship with Taiwan, and they just start fucking around and trying to push their stupid, lame ass narrative on everybody. And then they get offended when you don't agree with them. And when they see, this is in Japan, this is something that's been set up for Taiwan. And these Chinese tourists are coming and destroying it. It pisses me off. Her husband trying to drag her away. He knows this is a bad
我们也在
idea.。
你有在？应该大家都有看到。
对，为什么会拉来拉去？
Yeah, she's having a little temper
她
tantrum.
老公在拉她。
不对啊。
And this is it. As you can see, that on the left side we have the map of Taiwan, right? And apparently there was some characters there. I'm not sure what it said, but it said something that offended this little pink, and she just started destroying it. But it's just so goddamn annoying that they do this every single time, Like, why? Why? Ah, man. Anyway, we're going to move on because we have another little pink, and this one is a little bit more close to home. This happened in London. Let's have a look. Come on. All right, here we go. Ugh, this guy, man. This guy. You know what? Like, when I watched this video, my first thought was, this guy would hate to see me. Let's just watch it and you'll see why.
我现在正在伦敦出差啊，正好路过这个广场，看到有个日本歌手在向路人传达着错误的关于中国台湾的信息啊，我必须要跟他理论几句，必须让他知道14亿中国人是怎么想的，必须让他知道这件事儿他做错了。Hey man, just want to talk to Taiwan's part of China. Better stay out of it, okay? Better stay out of our own internal affairs, okay? Taiwan's part of China, okay? Taiwan's part of China. Better stay out of it. And the Taiwan issue is one of our internal affairs, okay? Taiwan, remember, Taiwan is part of China. Remember, Taiwan is part of China.
Oh my god. Okay, so for you guys who don't know, he saw Taiwan's flag on a guitar, like the smallest Taiwan flag I have ever seen in my life.
Oh my.
Okay, let's just, because it might have gone too quickly for some of you, so let's just read it frame by frame. So, friends, I'm currently on a business trip in
我现在
London.
正在伦敦出差啊，正好
Just happened to be passing by this square. I'm not sure. It looks like he might be in Leicester Square, but I don't know. I don't know exactly where he is. It might even be Trafalgar Square.
路过这个广场，看到有个日
I saw a Japanese singer
本歌手在向路
conveying the wrong message to passers-by. Here's the thing. From my videos, I think you'll know that the average passerby has no clue about Taiwan's flag. I've made so many videos, and about 80% of the people that I've asked about Taiwan's flag, they have no idea what it is. They've never seen it before in their life. So do you think when they see this tiny little Taiwan flag on this Japanese guy's guitar, do you think that they're even going to think anything of it? They're just going to be like, oh, cool, look at this Japanese singer with his guitar, and look, oh, look, there's a little flag. I don't know what that is, you know? This guy's insane.
路人传达着错误的关于中
Okay, information about
国台湾的信息啊，我必须要
I have to argue with
跟
him.
他理论几句，必须让他
He needs to know that 1.4 billion Chinese people are thinking, well, how come I know several Chinese people who think that Taiwan is not a part of China? And anyway, what about the 23 million Taiwanese people? That's not exactly a small number either. But not all one. I hate this how people think that 1.4 billion Chinese people agree with the narrative of the CCP. They have to agree with it when they're in China. This guy, what's this guy's excuse? He's not even in China.
知道14亿中国人是怎么想的，必须让他知道。
He needs to know that he was wrong. No, he's in a free democratic country where we value freedom of speech, and he can say whatever he wants. Just because he's wrong in your opinion, mate, doesn't mean he's wrong.
这件事儿他做错了。Hey man, just want to talk to Taiwan's part of China. Better stay out of it.
So Taiwan's a part of China. Better stay out of it. I mean, he's literally just got a Taiwan flag on there. And actually, this flag originates in China, which always really makes me laugh because this flag was made in China, right? The flag of the Republic of China, yeah, which also represents Taiwan now. But historically, this flag comes from China. So when a little pink sees it and they get mad, they get him mad at something that comes from their own country.
Okay, better stay out of our own
internal affairs. No, Taiwan is not your internal affairs because they are not part of your country. They are not a part of China. So it's not your internal affairs. And other people in other countries are allowed to have an opinion and a voice about Taiwan's sovereignty. Okay? What the hell? It's not even your internal affairs because there are 23 million Taiwanese people who do not want to be a part of China.
internal affairs, okay? Taiwan.
Well, actually, maybe not all 23 million, right? There's going to be some that probably want to, and yeah, man, they probably need to go and get their heads examined. Taiwan is a part of China,
It's
okay?
part of China. Okay, Taiwan
Just take a look at his guitar. Look at that one tiny flag on there.
is part of China. Better stay out of it.
Better stay out of it. What are you going to do, man? Like I said, this guy would hate to see me, man. I was in London yesterday. I filmed the video. I was really hoping this guy would show up, because if he saw me with the big flag, man, he would cry. He would freak out.
And the Taiwan issue is one of our internal affairs. So
The Taiwan issue is one of our internal affairs, okay?
okay, Taiwan. Remember, Taiwan is part of China.
Taiwan is part of China.
Remember, Taiwan is part of China.
And the guy's trying to talk to him, but this guy's such a narcissistic douchebag, so rude that he won't even let this guy have his say, which really pisses me off. These little pinks are so unreasonable, Like, do you remember I was in Cambridge and there was that one that said to me, "Don't use this flag again." Like, I'm gonna listen to you. I was thinking, like, when he said that, I was like, "Sorry, Dad." Okay, Dad. Yeah, I won't. I promise. Ah, man, these guys. So they come over to other countries and they try to push their narrative and they try to change the narrative in other countries to go with their bullshit. Their where is it? Where's my thing? Yeah, to go with their yeah, and they really piss me off, man. Luckily, they are the minority. They are the minority. I know for a fact that most students from China that come over to the UK, they don't want to have to deal with these fuckers, these little pinks. They actually can't stand them, man. In private, I haven't put it on my channel, but a lot of the time, sometimes I've met Chinese people who they've even been a fan of my channel. I was in London. It was like about a month or so ago. Some Chinese dude came up to me with his friends, and he was like, "I watch your videos and I support you, but please don't put me on your channel." But I really hate these little pinks. They come over here and they give us a bad reputation. They give us a bad name. And yeah, they really pissed me off, and they thanked me for making the videos to expose them. So yeah, so to think that all Chinese people are like this dickhead. Can I call him a dickhead? Yeah, I think he's a dickhead, isn't he? Not the guitar player, the guy in this video. To think that all of the people of China, this guy is a representation of the people of China, that is what pisses me off, is when people start associating all Chinese people as these little pinks, because they're definitely not. A lot of the time they just want to put their head down. They don't want to think about politics. They just want to get on with their study in here. But these little pinks come in and they fuck everything up for them. And it really, really pisses me off. And of course, these little pinks, they try to make the people of Taiwan, Hong Kong, Tibet, Uyghurs, they try to make their life a living hell, especially if they're other students from Hong Kong, Taiwan, Tibet, or from East Turkestan or whatever. These little pinks, they really piss me off. And yeah, we need to expose them some more. Anyway, sorry guys, rant over. There are loads of little pinks in London though. And yeah, man, like I'm gonna make sure that I keep going around with Taiwan's flag to just to not even just to piss them off, just to show them that they are in a country that doesn't go along with their bullshit narrative. Anyway, guys, let's continue. Sorry about the rant. I can't help it, man. I really, really cannot help it. Okay, what have we got next? Oh, yay. We've got the new segment. Well, not really a new segment. We might do it again. It's not going to be weekly or anything, but yeah. We've got She Nobody. Okay, so Xi Jinping's moments. This is one of President Xi Jinping's quotes on advancing law-based governance. A law-based governance, eh? We must place all aspects of state governance under the rule of law to provide a strong legal guarantee for building a strong country and advancing national rejuvenation on all fronts through Chinese modernization. Sounds great, Xi. Let's see if that's happening. Okay, so this was one of my favorite tweets ever. One of my subscribers sent me it. This guy called Carl Jar. He's pretty much, I'd like to say he's a China sycophant. Always posts about every other country sucking apart from China. You know, China can do no wrong, according to this guy. From what I've seen, I don't really follow the guy or anything. I've just seen a couple of tweets, the odd clip of him here and there. It's not really important. What's important is what he says here. He says, "This is why China will win." And he's reposted this one, okay? So here's the tweet that he reposted. A Chinese boy walked 3 miles in freezing weather to take his exam, arriving with icy hair and red cheeks, and scored a 99 out of 100. His viral photo raised 450,000 to heat his school and help poor students.
That is why you fail.
So, this young boy walked in the freezing cold, so cold that his hair froze. He's got white hair, frosty hair. He looks frozen. The other kids in the background are laughing at him. The school is not heated. And this is supposed to be a win for China? So China doesn't have any school buses for their students to get on the bus and go to class. They don't have heating in their schools. And this shill is making out that this is a win for China. That is an absolute joke. That is one of the most hilarious tweets I've ever seen. And it's not hilarious that this little boy almost froze to death just to get to school, just so he could pass his exam, get 99 out of 100. That is not cool. But that is not even funny, but this shill is hilarious for reposting that like that is a win for China. Like that is a flex for China. Give me a break, man. Let's just see it again. Look, the other students are laughing at him. Look at this classroom as well. It looks a little bit worse for wear. It looks a little bit tatty, doesn't it? And this is a win for China, you know. Let's just see what that guy said. So 3 miles, he had to walk 3 miles, 3 goddamn miles just to get to school in freezing weather. And then not the government. No, it wasn't the government that paid for the school's heating. It was people raising the money to have to pay for the school to be heated. And this is why China will win. Funny.
That is why you fail.
That is why you fail. All right, guys, this is funny. Now this is funny. That last one was not funny. That's a sad, sad story. But this one is funny. So, as we know, there's always been this weird mysticism surrounding Chinese kung fu, right? So much so that in China, you get a lot of these people who claim to be grand masters, and they act like they can walk on water. They can use mind control to render another human unconscious. They can touch somebody and paralyze them. We have all of these funny stories coming out of China with these so-called kung fu experts, right? But time and time again, it's been proven that Chinese kung fu in a real fight situation is absolutely useless. Okay. Now, it might be good for exercise, it might be good for, like stretching and keeping fit, but it is definitely not useful for fighting in a real fight. And there's this guy, he's the Wudang Supreme Master Ling Dan Wudao, and apparently he teaches boxing in Beijing's Tuanjie Lake Park. And here is him teaching the people. He's the guy on the left, okay? Look at how he's teaching.
跑不了了啊？就一个无名指吗？看见了吗
He's not even doing anything.
明白吗？
He slaps the guy. Here he is. He's on the right. Look. This is supposed to be. This is supposed to be like
还打吗？
fighting technique.
啊，这是我比较这个流行的，还打吗你？是吧？还打吗？还打吗？还打吗？还打吗？你看，是吧？行，这行吗？这还不如抓手呢。好，不要再打刺拳了。哎，好拳。
Here he is fighting a real box.
好拳，好拳，好拳。一二，
He's getting his ass handed to him. Wait.
好拳，好拳。哦，好拳。右后肢，刚才好拳。
Yeah, are we ready? I think he's going to get KO'd very soon.
好拳，后打后，好拳，嘿，哥。
Oh man, he got his ass kicked. He got his ass absolutely handed to him on a plate. That was funny, man. That was funny. You see, I don't like watching people get punched, but when a guy is supposed to be making a living from making out that his craft is the way to go when in a fight, watching him get punched properly is actually kind of hilarious. All right. We're just going to look at a couple of other clips, and then we're going to move on to the Q&A.
我操！
Oh, Tao. That means, oh, fuck. All right. So, it's coming off of the motorway here. Road. He's driving around. What happens? Long. Look, someone coming the wrong way. Two other cars. You see, this is China, right? No rules on the road.
哦，是逆行哦。你看，逆行啊！你看，这
Going the wrong way, man.
应该又不是吧？
Actually, I've actually experienced this in China. I didn't drive myself. Like, I was in another person's car, and there was some other people coming the wrong way on the motorway. It was harrowing.
谁逆行啊？他没逆行啊！对，我
Yeah,
不是我们逆行，你看
not only one, there were
这
two.
箭头。
Two of them. All right, this is in like a restaurant somewhere. Looks like it could be like Costco or somewhere like that, doesn't it? And look, this Chinese IE is taking all of the ketchup. Fill her up. Take that home and use it. Now it's time to go home. Oh wait, but first we're gonna need fishing, right? I don't know, you're gonna need a few more. Yeah, just take the whole lot. Why not? You know? 3. Why not take the cabinet below you as well? Just disassemble them. Take your own screwdriver. Disassemble the cabinet. Take the tables. I just found this clip funny. This is a cool China scene. So this guy here on the right, in the middle there, is having an argument. I think that might be his mum or something, and she won't buy him a new phone. So he cracks his phone off the ground and he walks out in a huff. Oh well. That's another thing. The Xiao Huangdi, the little emperors in China. You know, the Xiao Huangdi. What's this? Why is that playing? All right, guys, let me take that off. Yeah, so you get these little emperors in China, and they grow up to be big emperors. And if they don't get what they want, then they throw a little hissy fit. You know, we have that too here in the UK. We call it a spoiled little brat. But unfortunately, China seems to have a mass amount of them because a lot of them, there was that one child policy. So they're raised up, they're mollycoddled, they're given everything they want. The grandparents pretty much raised them because the parents are out working, and they just turn into this spoiled little brats. And yeah, that's not good when you're an adult. Anyways, that is all I have got for today's live stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave me a comment on this live stream in the comments section, because it helps with YouTube's unfair and completely biased algorithm. I really, really, really need help on this channel because we're still growing. We're getting better. There's a lot more people watching the live streams now, so that's great. So just encourage you guys to like it, leave a comment, and just really help me out here. I would really appreciate that. I've got a video hopefully coming out tomorrow on my Free China channel. I'm still editing it. In fact, I was literally editing it like before this live stream began. And I'm gonna continue editing when this live stream is over, but it's almost finished, thank God. And I'll be sending that onto Patreon and onto channel members on my Free China channel, so you guys get to see it first. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. GMT, crossing China's red line. See you guys.